FlossTube video number 3 for me. I give it 2 weeks because I was pretty much working constantly on ollie stocking for one, and then Friday and Saturday of this week I worked on pandemic. So I'm just getting really close to a finish. Well, really close isn't quite right, but close to a finish on ollie stocking, and my goal is to have it done by the end of this month. So I'll have a month to get his and Kyrie's made into stockings. And yeah, and get them to them by the beginning of December, so they've got them. No, I got started last week or 2 weeks ago on ollie stocking on that Monday, and I was going to work on something else over the weekend, but I was working on the motorcycle or scooter, whatever it looks more like a scooter to me, but it was just so much fun to stitch, and I'm not going to put you in any suspense. I will show that to you now. So this is a dimensions kit called Santa's Sidecar. For people who are new, I'm doing it on 14 count light blue Aida with DMC thread, and so let me get this flipped so you don't see all of it, but yeah, Santa's Sidecar is completely done, or the sidecar isn't done, but I got it started anyway. But yeah, so Santa's motorcycle or scooter is completely done, and it is absolutely darling, and I'm loving it. So as you can see, this end here is the corner, the heel of the stocking, so then there will be snow all the way across going that way, which is all half stitches and 5 threads of white DMC. So I'm glad I've got lots of extra skeins of white. So anyway, so there is the sidecar started with the band across the center, and I will work on this more within this next week, and depending on how much I get done, I may do another video next week so you can see how it's coming. But that is Santa's Sidecar for right now. Just totally adorable, and it was a lot of fun to stitch. I love the colors. I've said that before in here. They're so bright and so fun to work on. So moving from that, as I said, I worked on pandemic for 2 days this week and made some nice progress on it. So let me unwrap it. There's so much fabric on this. Let me get it right so I don't lose the thread that I have put in here. So I don't lose it. Put it back in here. This is about another length of thread of 6 threads that I've worked on, and as you can see, it's coming along nicely. I have what I did was I did the bird, and pretty much everything from here over is what I've done in this section here. So the bird's been added, and this heart, and the parts here that go in between the hearts that go up and down and around. So but yeah, it's coming along nicely, and I really like the way this thread is working up. This is 36 count blue ice fabric, and I'm using one of the DMC variegated ones. It's number 4215, and that is Northern Lights, the name of the thread. So as you can see, it's all blues and pinks and orange, pinks and lavenders, and all sorts of colors in between those. So but yeah, it's coming along nicely, and I like the way it's looking, and very happy with that. But that's what I did the last couple nights, and I'll work on it again today when I pick up my thread and needle, and we will have some more progress on that before I start back with ollie stocking tomorrow. So that's kind of what I do. Right now I'm working on ollie stocking during the week, and pick something else to work on the weekends, just to give myself a break from ollie stocking. But now that I'm close to ollie stocking being done, I want to get it finished. So that's kind of the case. So as far as things to show you that are finished, I've got a few Halloween things that I'm going to do. I'm going to show you, and one fall piece that is finished and framed that I stitched a while ago. So let me start with the easy ones because they're little pillows and they're easy to deal with. Unfortunately, I don't know who stitched this for me. It was an exchange piece that someone sent me, and their initials are not on it, and for some reason I can't find any information on it. I recognize the pattern, but I can't tell you who the designer is because and I've looked and I can't find it online. So anybody that's watching, if you can give me that information so I can record it on my exchange pieces that I've received, that would be wonderful. It came with the charms and everything, and I had the purple pillow to go with it. So very, very cute with these little silver charms on it. And the pillow, it's just a pre-made pillow that you can just put a piece inside it, and it frames it really well, and it's fun to put up at this time of year. So I love the cat in the middle, of course, you know, that's kind of obvious because I love cats. So but yeah, that is one of my favorite things that I put out in Halloween. And I do apologize who, maybe somebody will see it that actually stitched it and tell me who I got it from. That would be wonderful. And I apologize ahead of time to anybody who did stitch it, and I can't remember who it was, and I'm sorry. This is one I stitched in 2013. It was from the 2012 JCS Halloween issue. And I love the Britter Kitties, so yes, that was another one that I stitched. It's done on 28 count, a white scrap of 28 count, sorry, not paying attention to the right of what I'm doing here. 28 count white scrap. I believe I stitched this one over one thread, so yeah, so it's pretty tiny. The stitches itself are pretty tiny. If the camera can focus, not real well, so we'll bring it back a little bit. The button is a Jabco button, obviously. Weeks use Brittercup uses the Weeks Dye Works threads for this, and that's what's used for it. So I just love that. I think it's so cute because that's so typical of a cat, just kind of like hanging out and watching a bug for quite a while. So that's another one, and again, it's a pre-made pillow that I found. Probably about 5 by 5, maybe 4 by 4. I'm not really a good judge of sizes, but yeah, it's a cute little way, and it's another one that I put out, and it's out all during Halloween. So yeah, it's another one of my Halloween decorations. So the next thing I want to show you is something that I started in the 80s. It was something my mother loves covered bridges, and it was I had planned on it being a gift for her for a birthday or probably Christmas, sometime in the 80s, and I'd started it then. It was my first encounter with Hardanger, with 22 count Hardanger, and I was having a lot of issues. I was still fairly new to stitching on something other than 18 count, so, or something, you know, 14 count. I'd never tried anything that was smaller than that, much less stitch it 1/1, which is what I did this for, so that it would be a small enough piece that I could afford to frame it. So it kind of got put in the naughty basket after a certain point of time, and I didn't pick it up for quite a while until actually early in 2001, and I picked it up again, and I finished it, having more than 15 years probably of experience working with different things, different kinds of fabrics. So I was a lot more prepared to work on it at that point. So what this is a Jim Harrison covered bridge picture. It was in a Gloria and Pat book called Seasonal Covered Bridges, and they were all Jim Harrison pieces, and the one I picked was the fall one, so I thought it was appropriate to show you today. So it was framed by Michaels, framing. Get the right angle. I'm still having issues with my angles here, sorry folks. So there it is in all its glory. I did put 2001 up above with my initials. My mother always bugs me about my initials, and I don't always remember to put them on. But when I do gifts, I try and remember. But yeah, that was, I just love the colors in this. It's a typical Jim Harrison painting, and it's stitched up really pretty. Mom had it framed with 2 mats, and so to bring out the different colors. And as I said, it was professionally done, professionally finished by Michaels. That's what it says on the frame sticker on the back of the frame. This hangs up in the kitchen. It's up all year round. Mom loves it so much, and we see it every time we go out the garage door because it's right by that door. So yes, that's one of the ones, and I really enjoyed those. I would have done more in that book, but I bought the book specifically for that picture because I knew my mom would love it. The last piece that I'm going to show you is by the Cricket Collection. It was one of, I saw it and I fell in love with it. It was bigger than anything I've really stitched before. I found it at the Nashville Needlework Show when I went with my friend Jan Alexander. Again, she's married now with a different last name, and I do apologize, Jan, if you see this, because I can never remember your new last name, but to me you'll always be Jan Alexander. So, but yes, she took me with her when she went to a needlework show, and the Nashville Needlework Show, and we found fabric for it there as well, and it is just the perfect piece, and it is one that I did get framed. Ben Franklin, a local Ben Franklin, they just recently went out of business. They were also doing scrapbooking stuff too, but I think the COVID just finally got to him, and maybe he decided to retire and nobody wanted to buy it. That's unfortunately it. But now, as I said, we've got Tony in our local town that will do it. But this is Sleepy Hollow. It's a long one by the Cricket Collection. It's stitched on 28 count. Picture this plus Mystic, and it has DMC for most of it, with a few Weeks Dye Works colors. You see them mostly in the trees and in the roof on one of the houses on the end. And I don't remember. I can't tell you from this end. I think it's this end that has it. So yes, that is my Sleepy Hollow. I love it. It's one of my favorite quote pictures. It goes up over. Actually, it's the house on this end. Yes, I was right. Okay, so. Yeah, but that is my Sleepy Hollow. I absolutely love it. The fabric was perfect for it, I thought. And so yes, so there you go. That is my Sleepy Hollow by Cricket Collection that I have framed. Anyway, so that's really all I had for you this week. I was going to also wanted to show you something very cute that I found in a store in Yamana colonies in Iowa. My mom and I made a trip there on one of my my vacation weeks, just kind of for something different. But you know, when you're a traveling stitcher and you go to cross stitch shows and or retreats or something, and what do you do with the pieces, the little pieces, the orts that we have? And I found this absolutely perfect little thing. It's a traveling ort holder. It folds up flat, so you can easily do it. But technically, all it is it's a square of fabric, or maybe a triangle of fabric. But they use two different fabrics, as you can see, a pink and this little cute little blue fabric with and that's a vintage fabric. And I know that because unfortunately I haven't had a doll dress made out of that when I was little. I don't know if I still have it, but I remember it very, very well. But what they did was they did the two pieces and stitched them together, and then just folded down the three sides and put buttons there to hold them together. They actually hold together on the edges, and it opens up. You can put your orts inside of it, and fold it up and take them away and throw them away. That's the easiest thing. One of the things that I'm so grateful that I have whenever I go on a retreat, which I so miss doing. I'm hoping that maybe someday we will be able to do it again soon. I don't know if we can, but in the meantime, I'd really love it if we could figure out a way to do a Zoom retreat or something like that. That would be so much fun. So anyway, that is my little helpful hint for the day. Not something real difficult to put together if you have the talent to do sewing things, but if you want more information about it, I can try and get you pictures and stuff. So just let me know in the comments. So that's about it today. I want to thank all my new subscribers and my original subscribers. I'm just thrilled that you guys are so interested in my videos. And I did have a kitty for a while, but as you can see, she got down. So they're being kind of wandering all over today. I don't know why. But otherwise, I think that's going to be about it for me, and I hope everyone stays safe, and you do your social distancing like we need to get on top of this pandemic and bring those numbers down. So have a great week or 2 weeks. I'm hoping to do one next week, but again, it all depends on how much I get done on Ollie Stocking. So once I get that done, I can work on something else for a while. That would be great. But otherwise, you'll either see me next week or you'll see me on Halloween. That's in 2 weeks. So have a great time doing your stitching and everything. And if there's anything you want to ask me, please include it in the comments at the bottom. That would be great. And I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Have a great week.